Now at 4, Charlie Baker's decision not to seek a third term as Massachusetts governor now sets up a wide open race in 2022, and even more so on the Republican side, now that Lieutenant Governor Karyn Polito has also taken herself out of the running. Our Dave Mattson is here with more on that and a look back on the Baker years and what we can expect in the 2022 election. Dave?
Chris, thanks. It's been an interesting couple of days. Charlie Baker and Lieutenant Governor Polito say they want to use their last year in office to get the state back on track after COVID-19 and then spend more time with their families. Baker says the decision not to run for what would have been a history-making third term was complicated and difficult. He said the decision frees his administration to zero in on the state's ongoing pandemic response.
I want to be present thinking about how we're going to make sure kids get the in-person education that they need, how we make sure we continue to help our communities find their way back from this pandemic, and how we're going to make it possible for the many people in Massachusetts whose jobs disappeared with the pandemic and have never really come back, find the credentials and skills they need to be successful going forward.
Charlie Baker first ran for governor in 2010, losing to then-incumbent Deval Patrick. 4 years later, Baker ran again, defeating former Democratic Attorney General Martha Coakley. In his second run in 2018, Baker easily defeated Democrat Jay Gonzalez. Before the pandemic, the state's economy was in good shape. Unemployment was under 3%, and Baker had been credited with improving some of the state's most troubled agencies, like the Registry of Motor Vehicles and the Department of Children and Families. But during his second term, the sudden emergence of COVID-19 pushed much of Baker's political agenda to the side, as he and the rest of the state raced to respond to the implications of a fast-spreading and deadly virus. Baker took a series of dramatic steps, shutting down non-essential businesses, requiring the use of face masks in public, closing schools, and issuing stay-at-home recommendations. The state also saw one of the nation's deadliest nursing home outbreaks at the Holyoke Soldiers' Home. Nearly 80 people succumbed to the virus there. Critics say investigations of the outbreak, including one headed by a former federal prosecutor who was commissioned by Baker, raised more questions than answers. And coming up tonight at 6, I'll take a look at how Charlie Baker's choice not to run could open the floodgates for more major candidates than the 3 Democrats and 1 Republican who've already announced. In studio, Dave Mattson, Western Mass News. Chris, back to you.